Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Alabama's head coach told me before the game he has been warning his team all week about this game. Both teams undefeated to start the season, and he believes the difference will be who can execute the best. He believes that his team and his quarterback have the confidence and composure to compete well in this environment. I'll keep you posted on how well they're communicating down here on the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Buckeyes headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Straight ahead, it's Turner. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line. They pick up of 6.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Right back to the well. Makes the tackle at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Right side, it's Lopez. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Now here's Manning. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Lost one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Catches it cleanly at the 20. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. On the run, it's Jackson. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Throwing St. Clair. And that one's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Turns it upfield. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Jackson. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll send the back in motion. St. Clair from the gun on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Changing the routes with his receivers. St. Clair to throw for it on 4th. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Got a little space. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. They think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think we got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Tavian St. Clair unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And And the Buckeyes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Running inside, it's Jackson. Pickup of 5, it's now 2nd and 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily and, more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs closer to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Run the gun on 3rd down, St. Clair. Left side, it's Stewart. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Hits inside, it's Jackson. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
They give it to him again. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. St. Clair. He's got it. Good pickup on that one. They will stop him short of the line to gain, and now we'll see what they do on 4th down from the 17.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
They want to make sure they get this 4th and 3 play right, so they'll take a moment and think it over with a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. They'll move the wide receiver. He's changing the play. 4th down, St. Clair. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
There were a lot of people really excited. this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Still looking for our first score of the game as we start the second quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. Right back to it. Uh-oh, look out. Turning it on. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Manning throws to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Brown.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Push is ahead. Fights off a defender. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They're all over it. Got him, and nobody's close. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Knocked down immediately.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move, and here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. And he surges across the line. Touchdown Tide. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Throwing St. Clair. Looking to the big tight end. Left side is Roberts. He's loose. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Finds his man on the RPO. Touchdown! Buckeye! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. The extra point here would tie the game. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And he's going to bring it out. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Motion from the wideout. Out of the gun to give to the back. Makes a man miss. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Here's Manning to throw. Fires to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Jenkins. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. To the back. Runs through a tackle. Flying down the left side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Alabama! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box. Still, this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, that's a nice number.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Quick give, it's Jackson. At the 35, he's loose. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Tavian St. Clair. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
On the ground, it's Jackson. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Third and short now from their own 48. Quarterback signaling to his guys. St. Clair from the gun on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And you know they're going to go for it again on fourth down. At least you think they are, because early in this game we've already seen them try to go for it on a couple fourth downs. They didn't get any of those. They got to find a way to stay on the field here. They've got to get their best playmaker on offense, the football.
And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Breaks into the open. Past the 50. He's at the 40. Smashes through the tackle. The 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. St. Clair under pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a first down.
Man, every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Still looking. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Still running at the 40. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Throwing St. Clair. Oh, he wants it all. Got it inside the 10. slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
That textbook how you end a first half. You're trailing, you need to put a drive together. Great job using all of the clock, getting the TD, and you want to talk about creating some momentum going into the half and knowing I get the football, so everything trending in the right direction.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wide receiver going in motion. Stopped in the backfield as his defense doesn't want to let anything slip through here late in the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They want to run this quarterback. There he goes. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Direct snap. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Men, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We start with Tennessee taking on the Western Michigan Broncos. And it's the Volunteers looking to make it 3 straight victories to start the new year. So far, so good. They lead this one in the first half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Oh, he's got some space. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Bama!
And what a great job by the linebacker that time. He's got his eyes on the quarterback, sitting in zone coverage. QB stared his target down. Not only does he pick it off, but he shows you the athleticism, taking it back all the way for a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Caught. Makes the grab down immediately. He picks up a few. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Run the gun on third down, St. Clair. Oh, pressure's coming. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Rodgers. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Rush is on, and he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And this offense, man, they're in a tough spot, right? Like, the throws are coming. You're down.
Guys, look at this. A surprise. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. Making the adjustment. St. Clair to throw for it on fourth. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. Handoff again. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Maybe a crease. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play, like, I don't expect it.
And he's in! Touchdown Tide! That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Myers on the move. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Trying to take it back. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Bunch formation for these receivers. Ready, go! Out of the gun, the running back has it. Turning it on! Stopped right there. In the red zone here on second down. They give it back to him. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That's the sophomore running back they're taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! They'll try to add another to their lead. And right down the middle. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And we call his name again. This is the same guy that, remember, he had the defensive touchdown already. Now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, getting the sack. He's been all over the field today.
And it's his 4th interception of the game. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Tavian St. Clair. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle and prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Timed him perfectly to knock him free and forces the third down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Brought down at the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring out the punt team.
Well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Quarterback changing the play. Fourth down, St. Clair. Unloads to the wideout. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
The give. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the third quarter. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one.
56, Ohio State, 14.
It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Give to the running back. There's a crease. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone.
Black 14.
Direct snap. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Bama! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Ohio State, 14.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
And I don't want to marginalize you guys' athletic ability, but I feel like Palmer and Davis both could have ran through that hole. I mean, that was unbelievable job by the offensive line, paving the way. He's getting to the second level before he's even getting contacted. That better change for this defense, or they're going to be in for a long game.
They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
St. Clair. Hit as he throws. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be fourth down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
St. Clair to throw for it on fourth. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. Fourth down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's fourth down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Just feeds the running back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Straight ahead, it's Hill. Shakes off the defender. Just steamrolling the defense. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
From the red zone, it's Hill. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Just smothered on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. On the run, it's Hill. Hard running there. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. A delay of game penalty like that just riles up the defense even more. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Throwing St. Clair. Out wide left, it's Roberts. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Tavian on the play action. He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. And the Buckeyes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. On the shovel. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Tavian St. Clair throws to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they turn it into a defensive score. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
Well, this guy's going to need an ice bath based on how he's run the football now these last 2 games, David. Back-to-back top 25 wins, in large part because of the way he's running the football. He has been physical, and it's incredible to watch him against really good defenses wear them down. He just seems to get better as the game goes on. This guy has just been a monster in recent games.
Hey, he's been an absolute monster, and I think when you're watching this team and you watch him the last 2 weeks against quality opponents and to be this physical, man, this bodes well for this team moving forward. Like, how are you not going to depend on this team or call this team one of the best teams in college football? Back-to-back weeks, physicality. You can't stop me. You know what I'm doing. We're going to run the football, but we do it at such a level, we're still going to beat you.